All right, everybody, welcome to the call. We are at the end of March, getting ready to go to conference. Hopefully you guys have signed up for dinners and lunches, and wherever your teams are doing things and you're prepared and you're getting your stuff packed up to go and you're getting your rooms lined up and thinking about all the things that you need to be at conference to make a successful, fun event. But in the meantime, we are going to get something tonight that's really going to be helpful. Julie Gervasi is going to share with us. Well, first of all, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Nikki Cotton. And Chris Cotton. Kipper is somewhere around here. I don't know where he is. That's the dog. We've been with the Juice Plus world for 28 years. I'm starting to think it's getting close to 29, and I just want to call it an even number. Let's just go for 30, close to 30 years. And it has been absolutely an amazing ride. And it's been a journey. It's been ups and downs, but it's mostly been amazing ups. And we've got an incredible lifestyle as a result of creating team that we love working with and we're so grateful for. So without any further ado, I'm excited about having Julie share with us tonight. First of all, just so that you know, oh my God, Julie, I had no idea when I said, can you just tell me what kind of a nurse you were? Julie was a former orthopedic, cardiac, stroke, and clinical research nurse. Man, that sounds hoo-ha, right? It really does. So, but besides that, Julie has a daughter who's, I believe, 4 years old. She has an incredible husband, Rocco. And where did we just lose Julie?
I'm here. I'm right here.
Great. I'm not, oh, there you are, good. And I met Julie at a retreat maybe over a year ago, and we've spent a little bit of time together, and I've really come to love her. She is a direct to the point person with big heart, lots of love, and major generosity. If you knew the backstory of tonight and how she came to be on this call, it's pretty amazing. But she's had a pretty crazy last 24 hours, and I gave her an option to cancel, and she said, nope, too late. We got to move forward. And I really appreciate that and have to give her kudos for that. Also, she made National Marketing Director last year at Tampa, right?
Walked in Tampa.
Walked in Tampa, so less than 6 months ago. And get this, she's already a 24 club. Woo! Okay, just had to say. All right, so we are going to turn this, Julie is going to be talking about social media, and it's primarily cold market. Not going to be a super long call, but get your pens and papers out, because Julie's going to really go through this. So Julie, I am going to spotlight you and your beauty. Let's see if I can find you. There you are.
Wow.
And I'm going to just turn this over to you, and you're going to just share with us what you've learned for cold market social media.
Fantastic.
And any story, if you would also share a little of your story, that would be great as well.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been with the Juice Plus company now for a little over 4 years. I was introduced by a family physician. I blew him off for about 8 months. So the power of follow-up, never stop following up. And he followed up in such a way that it was what was in it for me. And, you know, I did have a wonderful career in healthcare, but my pain came from the fact that I was working 2 jobs, one in a hospital and one as a clinical research nurse at Rutgers University, researching nutritional products and ergogenic aids. And I was pregnant. And I knew that if I was working 60 to 70 hours a week, that wouldn't be the type of mother that I would want to be to my daughter. And so when she was born, right place, right time, I was in a transition, and that's when the Juice Plus company and the opportunity made sense to me. So sometimes it's just that right place, right time, that waiting place for that transition. That's when you go for the jugular, I guess. And it made sense to me at that time. And you know what? A lot of people will say, you know, if you wait, that one person that you know might be on your chicken list or on your rocket fuel list, whatever you call it, once they get it, they get it. And that's exactly what happened to me. I had goals right away. I did everything that my sponsor said to do. So if you're teachable and coachable, you really can turn this into a high-paying business. And I'm really super proud to say that I've never gone back to the hospital. In fact, I had to go to the hospital today to visit a family member, and I saw some of the people that I went to school with, and I got to say, hey, I'm leaving. I get to go. And, you know, I talked to some of them, and they have coupled kids, and they pay nannies and babysitters, and, you know, I don't have to do that. I have freedom. And I walked out, and I voxed Mariah, and I said, I'm so glad that I got to walk out today. And it was fantastic. So this company has been incredible for me, and my team will be hitting 24 Club again and collecting that bonus. So without further ado, I want to share with you something that I've learned. I am not a social media guru. In fact, social media used to scare me. My husband made my first Facebook page for me for Valentine's Day when we were in college. And I was like, oh, I don't really want to do this, right? But we know that this is a business about relationships, and social media can make you relevant. It can also allow you to connect with people that you may never connect with. So I'm good with warm market. I'm still constantly meeting people out, adding people to my list. But I did want to tap into the world of cold market. And that was something that, I'd really only read about in GoPro. I've never knocked on doors, but today you don't really have to do that. You can message anyone around the world if you have an Instagram account. And so I actually flew to a seminar in New Braunfels, Texas, and it was called Purpose-Driven Network Marketers. And I sat in on how people are connecting and adding new people to their team all the time from the 24 countries that we are able to share Juice Plus in. And so I'm going to teach you a pretty simple method. It is called clamming. So if you have an Instagram or you have a Facebook, you get to choose whether this is Facebook groups or this is Instagram accounts. I'm going to share with you how I do this and how I've been able to pick up a couple of customers. I picked up 2 teammates. And, when I have extra time, a lot of times I will set my timer for 15 minutes and I will actively clam people. So I'm going to share my screen so that you can kind of see what I'm doing as I'm talking. Hopefully this will show up. Chris and Nikki, can you see this? Thumbs up. Yes. Okay. So making new contacts online using the clam method in online groups or forums. So first rule of thumb, join a group that you like. So if you're a tennis player, join a tennis group. If you like to rock climb, join a rock climbing group. Something that you actually like to do. I really do stay out of like the natural mama groups, only because I feel like they're infiltrated with people who will jump on somebody really quickly who asks for, hey, I need an ear infection treatment, and everyone goes for it, but not so much in like a pickleball group or something that would make sense for our customer, maybe someone who's active, maybe a cooking group, something that makes sense to you, something that you want to be in. So, maybe you might want to choose 5 new Facebook groups to join. When I do this on Instagram, I'm searching hashtags. So it might be like new graduate naturopaths, or it might be, nurses, or it might be plant-based nutritionist or something like that. I'm searching hashtags. If you've never done this before, just play around with it. A lot of times I might go to a product that makes sense to me and look at the comments and look at the people who are commenting. And then I'll look at their profile, see if, we're all about energy in this business. So I'm looking at someone, oh my gosh, they have great energy. I'll scroll through their stuff, see if they're like-minded. And then I will clam them. So I will comment, and some people like to use 3, 2, 1. So they might make 3 comments on someone's profile, and they might like 3 of their posts, comment twice to add value, and then add them as a friend or follow them so that you are able to message them, right? So what I will do in the morning is I will set my timer for 15 minutes, and I will try to find 5 to 10 profiles that I like. And remember, if you're going cold market, this is a numbers game. So that is one thing that I had to learn really quickly, is to build the callus to do this, because we're sorting, we're qualifying. This isn't, we're going to be building a small rapport and relationship, but most likely, and we're just trying to add new people and find those, purple marbles, or those people that might be interested to hear something that we have to say. So when I find someone, I'm going to message them. So I'll message them and introduce myself, maybe find some commonality. So here's an example, and here's some verbiage. Hey, what's up? Say I've joined a soccer group or something for my daughter. Hey, what's up? I'm Julie. I love the post that you shared where you practice a warm-up routine with your son. It was an awesome video. Or I'd love to connect with you. My son is 6 years old and plays soccer as well. So you're trying to find commonality between you and that particular person. So that's one thing. We learn rapport when we are with people, to kind of shadow or model their voice, their tone. If they're smiling, you're smiling. If they give you a firm handshake, you give them a firm handshake. People like them. And so we always do want to build rapport, and that even is online. One of the other things that I personally do, and from what I do, take what you can and leave the rest. If it makes sense to you, add it. If it doesn't, keep doing what you're doing if it's working for you. I personally don't have a ton of like juice plus stuff on my social media. I'm in the attraction game, and so I don't want someone to be going through my posts and go, okay, this is what she's all about, and making a judgment. So I did go through my social media and I kind of archived some things that might have given people an impression about me. I want them to talk to me instead of figure me out through my social media. So while I do post some things about our product, I really do think that it's important to maintain that curiosity, because the whole goal of posting on social media is to show someone who you are, what you're all about, and to attract them to have a conversation with you, correct? Some people will never message you back. Totally cool. Get over it right now. Like, don't go cry on your pillow. It's just the way that it is. It's life. It's the world. Maybe it's something about them and it has nothing to do with you. Just building this callus. We are in the recruitment mode. So I know some people, some international, national marketing directors that message 45 people a day. Okay, 45 people a day. I don't know if you guys know Sylvia from Italy, but she was here spending some time with me, and she picked up 5 new teammates through Instagram using this method last month. So it doesn't matter where you are. You could be in an airport clamming people without even having to like talk to people. They're right there, as long as you aren't going to get your feelings hurt if somebody doesn't message you back. Okay, let's just get over that right now. All right, so if we're inviting somebody to take a look at your business or product approach, this is what I have it saved in my notes on my phone, and this is what I message people over and over and over and over again. And this will kind of go against some of the stuff that you have already learned as if you were going for more market, where you're really building that relationship. What I don't like is to have conversation, days and days and days, and then you insert your product. Like, be upfront. This is a place where you can be upfront. So I might have, some connections with them, maybe 1 or 2 messages, and then I share a message like this. I'm working on something that I'm super excited about. It may or may not be for you, or it made a huge impact on me and has allowed me to help other people as well. It may or may not be for you. Super important when it comes to psychology. You always want to say it may or may not be for you, but you may be able to help someone. Would you be open to taking a look at what I'm doing? So if you have your phones, you don't have to write this down. You can take a picture of it. This is something that I will message most people that I'm talking with, and that's either going to get them to respond or it's not. But you notice how I didn't say my capsules, my shred, my this, my that. I just said, hey, I'm working on something I'm super excited about. So if you, are marketing your product, I might say, if this is somebody that maybe I don't want them on my team, maybe it's just a product approach. Maybe I'm searching hashtags for ear infections or something that's more product related. I might say, I market a product that helps people want to, get more plants into their body. Like I used to, I had amazing results, and it's allowed me to help anyone be interested in. So we're taking a, a third party approach pretty much. So when I do that, I will not message them back, even if they message me right away. That's called posture. Okay. So I'm not sitting there going, who messaged me? Who messaged me? This is the time where I'm going to go work on my other business. So 15 minutes, and then I'm going to take a break, maybe work on my customer care or reach out to the people who are on my hot hands list. If you guys aren't doing this, we need to do another call on a hot hands list. Amazing training with Stacy Whitmer. It's changed the way that my new teammates and I are attacking their business. We'll go over that at a different time. But there's 3 follow-ups that I use. And again, I put these in the notes on my phone, so I'm pretty much copying and pasting. So let's say that nobody gets back to me. I might say the I'm busy follow-up, which is, sorry, I haven't followed up with you. I've been busy growing my business and getting new customers. And you can tweak that a little bit to make it sound authentic to you. How are things going with you? So an example, hey, Sharon, sorry I haven't followed up with you. I've been busy growing my business and getting new customers. How are things going with you? So I didn't say, did you watch my video? Did you try my sample? You know, did you do anything like that? I'm just saying to them, hey, sorry, I haven't followed up with you. And this is after, let me go back to this. This is after someone says, yeah, would you be open to taking a look at what I'm doing? Then that's when I send them the video. And this is one instance where I don't say, when do you think you can watch it by? I'm just sending them the video. Remember, this is numbers, so I'm just getting the video out to as many people as possible. And in the end, you don't know them. It doesn't matter what they think about you. I mean, it's a numbers game. So this isn't like you're going to see them in the grocery store. This could be, I just prospected a woman in Sweden and the product wasn't for her. Capsules weren't for her, but the Tower Garden was. So this is something that she's really interested in. 19, didn't know that, totally into gardening. And so, you know, through meeting and listening to her and finding out what she likes, I was able to share Tower Garden with her, and I'm working on that sale. So there's an example right here, a foolproof follow-up. You know, share a win, leverage somebody else's story. You know, do you know anyone else who'd be interested in? Don't bring up the video that you sent. Don't bring up the business that you showed. Talk to them about, you know, something else or somebody else. So an example of that would be, hey, Sharon, sorry I haven't been in touch with you. I've been busy helping, my friend replace her partial nursing income. You know, do you know anyone who would be interested in, you know, replacing part of their income? So I'm starting to ask them questions, not specifically about them, but kind of going into that third party approach. And it does work. Again, don't ask them if they watch your video or bring up a previous discussion about that business. We are basically, you know, going through cold market. So it is a very, very different approach than you've probably ever been taught, but this is what has been working. And I'm in a accountability group. So if this is something that you want to try, I'm happy to put you into a group of people who are really doing this successfully. And then I love this. And I've actually been using this even with my warm market customers who have, you know, ghosted, or we've been in a conversation or something's happened. I've tweaked it a little bit, but you know, if you've messaged them 3 times. So that's my rule. I will message somebody 3 times. If they don't get back to me, then if their relationship is important to me, like if it's in a Facebook group, I might say something like, you know, hey, Julie, just want to say our relationships means more to me than anything. If it's okay if you're not interested in my opportunity, I promise not to bring it up again. Can we still hang out together? And I've actually used this a couple times, and I've gotten some awesome responses, which is like, oh my gosh, you know, little Sammy broke his arm. I did not mean to ghost you. I am interested in your product. It's just not right now. Great. They stay on my list. So don't be afraid to be vulnerable. You know, sometimes I will tweak it and say, you know, I'm not going to bring it up again. I don't need to say, I promise never to bring it up again, but I'm going to take you off my list. No big deal. Let's get together tomorrow. You know, so use the bones of this and make it authentic to you. All right. So a lot of people get objections, right? A lot of people will say things like, you know, I'm happy doing what I'm already doing, or they use an objection about price, about time. That's when you want to kind of go back to that objection cycle. I will email Chris and Nikki the guide that I use for objections, because objections are something that is a little bit different in the cold market world, right? And I think it's something that, for the sake of time, because we only have 9 more minutes on this call, I will email that to them and then they can get it out. Do you have a listserv, Nikki and Chris, that you could get it out to people? Potentially, or I can put it on the Heat Team Facebook page or something like that.
If you get it to me, we'll get it out to everybody.
Perfect. Because then it's just handling objections, you know, the same way that you would with a warm market person. But maybe what you might want to do is, in your stage walker group or in your pod or in your crew, maybe you guys might want to clam for 15 minutes twice a day and see what happens. So this is just a way that you can make new contacts wherever you are, and you don't have to know them. You know, you just have to kind of look on their profile, or And be careful, because some Facebook groups do have rules about messaging people. And so I have gotten kicked out of a couple of groups. I think that, that's just kind of, par for the course, and it is what it is. I just take it as I wasn't meant to be in that group anyway. So there are rules, and sometimes I will just take it offline, and I'll just message that person and say, hey, I know that there are rules in this group. I do have something to share with you, but I wanted to get your permission first because I didn't want to violate the rules of the group. So, be a human, work around it in that direction. Yeah, all groups have rules. I understand that. And so I will take it from the group onto Messenger and just say, hey, I know there's rules. Can I have permission to share? And it's worked for me so far. One group I got kicked out of by just saying, hey, it's my birthday, I'm trying to make new friends. And they kicked me out of the group. And so I don't really know why they did that, but I made a lot of new friends. And that's another way that you can add people to your Facebook. You can put them in a group in your Facebook and just share things about your business or your product that you're not sharing with everyone else. Does everyone know how to do that? Jamie Kunze had an incredible training on that you can actually make a group of people inside your Facebook that you add to, that you can put posts where, your whole community isn't seeing it. Just those 5 people are seeing that post about omegas, because maybe you might have been sharing about omegas with them and you just want them to see something more product specific. So, don't be afraid to do that. You can set the parameters on your story, on your Instagram story or on your Facebook story to not include some people, to only include some people. Let's say you're marketing shred to them and you have a shred story, but you don't want it to go out to everybody. You can simply put those people in a group and start sharing with them. So, in the beginning, this was weird. I'm not going to lie to you. It was very strange to start cold marketing. But once you have some success, it kind of becomes a little bit addictive where, you might reach out to 10 people and it's only 15 minutes of your time. And so we call it Go DMO. And so when we do Go DMO, we are clamming 5 different people in the morning. Maybe in the afternoon, I'm following up with 5 different people. Maybe in the evening, I'm, sending videos or getting at least 3 people to watch a video, a product, a business video, a product video, or I'm following up with them again. So I had to build that callus, especially when I was like, Nurse 44 never messaged me back. But, the more I got into it, and I do have to say, I rarely message people with like 33,000 followers or something. My sweet spot is usually, 1,000 to 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 followers. Once you get up into, the 20 plus followers, a lot of times people aren't messaging back or checking their messages, but you're going to have to play around with it. If someone has less than 400 or something followers, maybe they don't have the presence that I'm looking for. But if they have 1,000 followers or more, I know that they are consistent with their social media. They're building something on social media, and if I have something that can fit into what they're already doing. Okay, so what video do I send them? That's a great question. There's a few that I really like. One I still use all the time for product is Michelle Ball's What is Juice Plus? I don't know why, but I love that video because it's super simple. It doesn't seem like salesy. It goes through kind of everything. The only thing that's not true in that video is that we don't use papaya anymore. So I will say that to people. But as far as the business video, maybe it's come join us video. Maybe you're going to have to see what's right for that prospect. If it's a millennial, I'm going to be sending them something, more geared toward their age group or what they're looking for about travel. If it's a mom, I'm going to be sending her something else, business product. So you have to use your own intuition when you're doing that, really. But remember, you can't really send the wrong video to the right person. So don't worry about it. This is numbers. So just get it out there, because I just trust yourself. And I worried about that too, but then it was like the 15 minutes was over and I'd only sent out 2 messages. So just get in the habit of, this is numbers game. This is cold market. This is, trying to reach a lot of people, because let's say you send out 20 messages and you're starting with 4 or 5 different conversations. but it's a way to message people that you've never, ever, ever would never talk to, would never. Yes, it definitely gets easier the more that you do it, because you start to understand, hey, I'm working on something super exciting, may or may not be for you. Would you be open to taking a look at it? And if they say no, they don't even know what you were sharing in the first place. So go through, kind of edit your social media, archive the things that might give away right away that you are like screaming Juice Plus, if that's something that you're interested in doing. You know, you want to create curiosity, and that's where you'll see people who are doing this well. Emily Kozlowski, you know, Sylvia, they have great social media presence. They're sharing things that are on their story. They have a movement or a mission. You know, Danielle Hatton is another millennial that's doing this very well. She has Limitless Girls, and all she created was a web landing page that people could kind of check out what she's doing, and she created it herself. So yeah, Sylvia is a freaking rock star. And you know what? I really admire that girl, because she built a business, it fell apart, and she's rebuilding it strictly through her phone. So the 4 people that she added or 5 people that she added as team members, they were all from different countries. And one of them actually went to the conference in the UK the week after she signed her up. So you never know. And if she hadn't clammed that person, and it's all about her vibe, right? So we want to be super high vibe on social media and super consistent. So one of the apps that I use, and I know we have 2 more minutes, is Unum. So Unum is what I'm planning out all of my Instagram posts. And so I have presets or filters that I'm working with. You can buy them on Instagram, or just use the ones that they already have. Filter my pictures. I pick the pictures, and then I put the like the captions. It's rarely what I'm doing that day. So you can literally plan out your entire social media on Saturday, and then copy and paste it from Unum, the picture and then the caption, and then try to engage with your community. And so while I'm not doing this perfectly, I'm at least in the arena getting my butt kicked. And that's all that you have to do. So some days I post the same thing on Instagram and Facebook. I do try to keep them different, just because I want to have a variety for, my followers. But I used to be scared of Instagram. It scared me. I thought that Facebook was like walking into your friends, hey, I'm here, I'm at the party. And Instagram was like opening the door to the world. Like it almost was like crazy to me. But now I've changed my perception around it to think like, whoa, I don't know any of these people, but they're going to get to know me. And it's limitless. Like you could be clamming for a year and never, ever, ever run out of people. So, if you're in a day that you just want to be in your jammy jams and not do anything, maybe at every commercial break, you clam 5 different people or, whatever, and see what you can do and learn from, each time you have a conversation, use these objections that I'm going to give to Chris and Nikki to kind of help to diffuse that. And remember, we're building skills. And so the more that you do this, the more, hey, you're going to find out it's not for somebody right away. You have no attachment to them. And it's like, all right, no problem. This isn't for you. Next. But you may hit on somebody in Dubai. So remember, don't contact people that aren't in countries that Juice Plus is sold in. All right. That's mistake number 1. Colombia, South America, those ain't your countries. Okay. It's going to be way more of a hassle, but Juice Plus Malaysia, Australia, these are places where, if it's late at night and Australians are up, there you go. You got people that you can talk to at 11 o'clock at night, if that's something that you want to do. So how do I keep track? I would love to tell you that I use Team Z like super consistently. I don't. I'm trying. I have a notebook that I write down people's names and what their handles are, and I'll kind of make myself little notes. That's what works for me. If Team Z is working for you, you can still track these people on Team Z. That is also what Sylvia does. So I know that I've gone over my time, but I will send Chris and Nikki this objection handout and just try it. I challenge you to set your timer for 15 minutes and just go for this. Search a hashtag, find 5 people, find 5, people that you want to clam. write this out and start that hit list. And yes, I called it a hit list because, you know, what do you have to lose? This is the world literally is your oyster. And if you're in the business of network marketing, like, you might want to get good at this. This is something that could help you pick up teammates in Hawaii so that you can write it off on your next vacation. You know, like, that's one of the reasons I'm searching, you know, nutritionists in Hawaii or nurses in Hawaii or students. If that's where I want to go, then I need to be talking to people that are there. So it's what's kind of working for me, and I'm building this skill and this callus because I want to be able to teach that person who says, oh, I'm a military spouse and I'm moving to Germany. How do I do this business? Or I just signed on a teammate and she says, I do not want to have a party ever. Like, I just want to do this through social media. And I was like, you can, but this is now we're getting into the attraction game. So how are we going to make your profile, your vibe, you know, how are we going to raise that? So who you are is what you will attract. So you've got to work on yourself, your mindset, your vibe, so that you can attract the team of your dreams.
Wow. Julie, that was really, really fabulous. And I so appreciate you really giving your 100% to the call tonight when I know you didn't have 100% to give.
No worries.
So I just so appreciate it. One really quick question. You said about accountability groups. What did that mean? What is that about?
Okay, so I'm in a couple of groups where we go DMO in the mornings. And so, you know, if you already have a chat that you have an accountability group with people, that every morning we just kind of mark off that I either clam or go DMO or whatever that is, so that, you know, people know that I've reached out to 5 people, I followed up with 5 people, I posted on social media. You know, that is, you know, kind of that accountability checklist. We always need people to keep us accountable. Many of us are not intrinsically motivated. And so if you have a group of people that are doing this, and then we can also ask people, you know, hey, somebody messaged me back with this. How do I respond? Because it is good to kind of get the lay of the land, because sometimes it's hitting you in a personal way, and a friend can help you to kind of diffuse that and like just take the emotion out of it and keep it business and keep your eye focused on the prize. Yeah. You know, of creating that relationship, offering them what we have, seeing how we can fit in. Sylvia does things, I will tell you, she just puts it out there. She'll say, I'm a national marketing director with a whole food company, and we're expanding in international, and we're expanding internationally and nationally. I did try that. It didn't work as well for me, but that's what's working for her, because she has a video, Voxer or iMessage. The accountability group is Voxer that I'm using. And I'm in it with like Kimberly Warlow and Jadrian, and mostly that kind of crew, Heather Wonky. We are using it, but it's just another way for you to connect with people. So, you know, if you feel like your warm market might be a little burned out, maybe you start looking for people like you on Instagram. That's where a lot of business is happening. And if you've never done Instagram and you want the one book I would recommend is called Instagram for Business. And it's awesome. And you can buy it on Amazon. It's $11. It will tell you exactly, you know, what to do and how to set up your Instagram. So I think that should help everyone. And you can Voxer me if you have personal or specific questions. Yes, Instagram for Business.
Julie, thank you for bringing your energy, your spirit, your adventurousness.
Hey, it's expanding my comfort zone, right?
Yes. Yeah, I love that about you. Whatever it takes, you're in. You're in it to win it.
You got it.
All right.
All right, everybody.
Thank you, team. It's easy to be energetic with you guys. I just vibe and feel you guys so strongly. So.
Well, we all really appreciate you. Great one. Everybody, I'm going to quickly unmute everybody out. And if everybody would just thank Julia.
Thank you.
Great presentation.